All right, we are live. It is Sunday. Um, it is Wednesday, and we are embroidering tonight. We're finally getting back to the sky. It's been a little bit because life kept lifing, but we're gonna be hopping back into this. So this was a canvas I prepped with a design that I then filled in with hot glue, and then we painted it black, and now I'm not happy with the shade of black, so I'm going to be redoing it, at least on the edges. I'm not going to do all of this, but that'll be at the end, just to kind of fill in the little white marks in here from me threading in the background in black, because that is what looked the best through trial and error on this project, because this was a new to me project, and it's going okay. It's had its tough points, but you know, any new project does, and that's fine. So we are picking back up with our little corally friend down here, and we're just gonna see how things progress from here. I do have a little bit of a I have a hoop arm helping hold this thing up so I can get under here and keep it somewhat level while I am working for the camera. It's not, this hoop holder is not meant to be holding a 10 by 20 canvas for sure, but it was the best thing that I could come up with at that time. And I have a different hoop holder I'm using now for other projects that is completely hand-free. I don't know if he's gonna be looking for a second dinner or not.
Third dinner?
He didn't have 2 dinners.
Did you not?
He had a late breakfast. I am not under the impression that you gave him a second dinner, because you were already...
I was probably thinking about the late breakfast.
Yeah, no, he had late breakfast.
Come on, Missy. Let's go take a nap in the crib. Oh my goodness, you are extra boneless for a cat.
He is especially boneless when he doesn't want to move. Uh-oh, I think I came up through the same hole. Dang it. That is one thing I am super, super good at doing. Is unintentionally coming back up through the same hole I just went down. While not wanting to do so. Like, no. No, that was not what was intended. Where? There I am. Way off course. Way off course. So, I don't know. It's like a modified little satin stitch that I'm doing. I'm not normally wrapping the whole way around. Hey. Alright. It's like I'm going down. And then I'm trying to come right back up next to that down stitch. Not a fan of this thread. I know a lot of people will be like, well, it's tangling because it's too long. Not really. It's tangling because of the brand that it is, and it's this particular one is not shiny like DMC, so it tends to get a bit more tangled. Really? I wasn't even near it. How did I come back up through? It's crazy. Like, I'll use DMC the same length as this, and I'll be fine. Like, maybe a couple minor snags. This stuff. This particular thread, though, has an attitude. But at the same time, I want to use it up. I don't want it to go to waste. We spent money on it. We spent money on it. By Jove, we are gonna use it. Because it's not like it's unusable. It's just... it's got opinions. I guess is the best way we can put that. Its opinions are not always welcome. But it definitely has opinions. So I didn't get a whole lot done on the background on this one this week. This week's been just kind of chaotic, and I've been a bit extra tired, so it just didn't happen. Got a little bit done, somewhat recently, where I'm just kind of filling in the black stitching in the background there. Sorry, I have to keep filling the back to make sure it didn't snag on me, and I didn't realize, because I have had that happen. And that is a pain to realize after you're already a couple stitches past where it's snagged, and then you kind of just have to either rip it all out and redo it, or just cope. And depending on how long of a snag or not it is, a lot of times I will just try to cope with it. I'll try to like get that tail of the snag like tied up as I am tying off the thread. And as I am working through other parts, I'm like trying to... No, 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 no. Oh, you brat. Really? I saw you do it right in front of me and I was like, no, no. Let's not do that. I am... Okay, good. That was a minor one. I'm using 3 strands at the moment on this piece. Just really didn't want to use 6 strands on this. I would have needed to buy a lot more thread because what I have, I'd end up blowing through and needing more. And this is just trying to use up some of this thread that I'm not hugely fond of. And I can't even really replace the colors of the brand that I'm currently using because it doesn't, as far as I can tell, have like open stock on it. I got this in like a multi-pack. Now I can buy more multi-pack, which I had gotten in a pinch because that's what they had when I was running out of a color on a kit because the instructions had not been clear. So I didn't use the correct amount of thread on a loopy bit. Ended up using more than I should have. So I had to go and get some more of a color that was similar. And ended up with a couple of multi-packs. It's like, oh, these colors look fine. Had not anticipated needing more. But now I'm kind of digging this. And it's kind of travel friendly too if you work small. Not this piece, obviously. This piece itself is not exactly travel friendly. Right now I'm trying to figure out how am I... Oof, how am I going to... cover that? Should I have just kept going? Like straight up here? Was that the answer? I don't know. But, I also have some DMC, and that stuff has numbers on it, so it's like, cool. I know, at least in theory, I should be able to replace you. In theory. I mean, we'll see if that thought continues to ring true. But at least I have a number, you know? I have something that I can kind of work with. Okay, well, we'll see how that treats us there. I know it's not the smoothest of a fill-in, but it's also sort of an awkward branch off there. Oh, Moobot didn't catch you. Well, that is unfortunate. Are you supposed to be... See, I don't believe in that, and I do believe it's against terms of service as well. I know this is a bot. Or potentially someone's hacked account. But let's see now. I've got to take time out to report this. Okay. Now, where were we? Ah, yes. We were trying to figure out if the thing I just tried to stab through was part of this, or was it supposed to be water background? The more I'm looking at it, the more I'm beginning to think it might have been a little appendagey guy here. But I think I would rather have that be a little watery guy. It didn't cover nearly where I wanted it to, but oh, we're kind of off the screen there. Sorry about that. See, I thought I had been on the screen, but apparently I pulled that a little bit closer to me than I realized, so I do apologize. I'm not sure how long I had that pulled that far out. I am working on another embroidery project off stream. And that guy is going to take me a little bit of time. I am attempting to record it, though I think I forgot to put the camera in focus the other day, and I was having trouble telling if it was in focus in the last recording session I did, because I kept playing with the focus. I'm like, is this in focus? Is it not in focus? Because it looks a little blurry, but that could have been my glasses, because I had to have a mask on for a while because the mother-in-law was sick and we didn't know if she was contagious or not, or what she even had. So while I was trying to work on stuff, because I was in and out of our room, and she had to come through our room to go to the doctor's office and stuff, so we were like disinfecting the house and all of the things. And she has to actually report for jury duty on Monday. Which I find kind of hilarious, because the husband and I think they moved her up in the roster, because she's like, well, I had plans to travel. I can't be tied to this area. This is a major inconvenience. And they're like, well, we have to leave you on there till the end of the month. And then after May 1st, then you can go. We'll remove you after May 1st. And let's see, what is Monday's date? Monday's date is the 27th. So, yeah, we firmly believe that they moved her up in the potential call list since she didn't, as far as we know, indicate anything about that she had travel plans to leave the area for several months. And when she sent her questionnaire back. So I'm sure that clerk of court was rather frustrated. Oop, I got caught on my finger. And I don't know why she suddenly changed her mind and was like trying to get out of it after the fact, like, they had already said that travel didn't matter. Like, they didn't care. That was not going to get you off scot-free. So they were probably like, well, fine, we'll just call you early. And I was like, well, just think, you could have been on this murder trial that they were talking about the jury hearing evidence in on the news. If you had been called in sooner, if they even use her, they might not. Come back up through, yes. Okay, here it's fairly close there. Hmm. I might just have to put that slight little black spot there or tie it into when I come back in and stitch the background in. You can actually see the difference from where I've started doing that. It's the sections that look a little bit deeper of a black, like up into here. Well, I need to get the woodcut for tomorrow's live stream. I need to get that done either in the morning or tonight. Before we go to bed. gonna get that pre-cut just because I don't know how silly it's going to be. I'm hoping we'll be ready to wrap that project up tomorrow. Because I would like to... Dang it. I would just like to move on. I know that one took a bit of time, since that was a bigger project than our previous magnets, and I really want to work on our tissue paper art. That is going to go along with it. Sort of be like a matchy piece to it. Just in a different medium. Because I want to do it in an additional medium with that same reference photo. Oh gosh, what the heck do I have happening here? All of my glue kind of connected up there. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's not be silly. Let's not get silly cells here. Okay. String got a little silly there. Not sure why. Hey now, that was not what you were supposed to do. In the slightest. So we're not really sure, if anybody was here last night, what the deal was with Littles last night. We had to end abruptly and quickly last night because Littles was meowing in a very concerning tone, and we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know if she was mad at somebody or if she had done hurt herself. And to be perfectly honest, we're still not sure. She's finally come out of where she was hiding all the way without us pulling her out, which we kind of didn't want to do because there were much worser places that she could be hiding. And at least there we could check on her a bit easier. Where do I want to take you? Where do I want to take you? Yes. I'll take you to there. And we'll just figure it out from there. Do I want to go up or do I want to go down? I think I'm gonna go So yeah, she finally came out hesitantly, and then she would keep running back periodically throughout the day, and she wouldn't be out of her hiding spot for long. She's completely out of her hiding spot now, but she's sitting up high where she can keep an eye on everybody. Now, before Mr. Bean joined the cat family, she was not a huge fan of the other boys. Absolutely, I was gonna go down to absolutely hates their guts. Loud, angry, cat territory fighting words between her and everybody, right? And we have no idea what sparked this time, but she is back to being terrified of everybody, and she doesn't even want Mr. Bean anywhere near her, which was fascinating because her and Bean were getting along. They were kind of playing, even though she always sounded angry. She didn't like full off try to murder him. And they would chase each other back and forth. Like, she would chase him, and then she would be okay with him chasing her. And something happened at some point last night. We don't know if he got too rough. We don't know if it was one of the other cats, and now she's mad at all of them now. But, she did come out. She is eating. I don't know that I've seen her drink any water. She may have, and I just missed it. But she was eating. Small victories, right? She didn't walk far from where she's now at. She's sitting up high on next to like a case of water or something, and or some boxes, and she's sleeping up there, but I don't know if Cal tried to bother her in what she deemed her safe hidey den, because she's not in there now. She is out in the open now. We were trying to reward her with some treats, and we were trying to put hands on her and pet her to see if she was angry, because when I first went to touch her earlier, she got mad when I petted her in one spot, and then tonight while the husband was watching, she got mad when I was petting her in a different spot. So, I think she's just mad and in defense mode and extremely angry. And she goes through these cycles every so often. Like, not... Like, she was fixed, so I don't think it has anything to do with that. Everybody in this house is fixed. Although we don't know how well it took with Cal. We think he still seems to have some hormone issues at times. With his behavior towards the female cats. Towards one of the male cats that he does these behavioral issues towards, we just kind of chalked it up to dominance. It could be dominance towards the female cats as well. But we only have the one female cat right now, so not super sure what that's about, but he seems to be the instigator most of the time. Sorry, I had stretched my leg. It was getting angry. Sometimes if I am sitting a certain way for too long, it just starts to ache abominably. Now, for some reason, I guess I messed up when I put these two in here because these two are touching. And I'm not sure how exactly to handle that. I mean, I could try to work some magic. With some of the black thread, which is what I might end up doing. Just to try to get some separation. Back in there between those couple of pieces where the glue got a little carried away. As it was being put in there. Yeah, I think that'll be okay in the end there. Generally don't wrap the thread around. That is like trying to snag out so hard there. Might end up grabbing a new string here soon, so I still need to come back and finish that bit there. And I will come back and get that guy here in just a minute. Okay. And down to the last little bits on this thready guy here. as best as we can. Like, I hate... dang it. Like, I hate tying it off too soon. But... I do also need to remember that I need some sort of length here to tie the whole thing off. All right, let me pop that off of our arm guy here. Let me see what we can do. Like, that might be kind of far away, but at the same time, hopefully it won't be too much trouble. Alright, so we have a little bit left to go. I've got a little bit of a straight piece here. Angle that up. Got a straight piece here, a little branch connecting that, and a little branch connecting that, and then like the rest of that I'll fill in around it in dark blue, which is what our bottom blue area is going to be. Ended up doing it in a couple different shades of blue to just, you know, give it a different vibey action. And to make sure I had enough to, so I didn't want to run out, to get all the way across. Cat on the move. Husband. Cat's on the move.
Where'd she go?
I don't know. She jumped down. That sounded angry. Hmm? Now she sounds like she's being mad at him, but not really. Don't know. We thought she was just mad at everybody right now for some reason. I don't know. She's always been a little different. She was always kind of mad at the world. All right, let's see if we can get you in here. All right. So this one's not as long as the previous one. Okay. We are rethreaded. And ready to go here. So are you supposed to be like a little nubby bit maybe? Don't know. So was she mad at you?
She was being a little hesitant at first, but then she was getting her love on.
She's being so weird.
I think I found what might be a scab or something on the back of her tail. So she may have gotten into a fight that was a little more vigorous than she wanted. Yeah. So I'm not worried about her at this point. We'll keep an eye on her, but she's being pretty consistent about eating and whatnot.
Where is she now?
Eating. She's under the chair again, going at the food.
So I don't know what to do about the others right now.
Not much. She let the others go by to get to the food kitchen.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to put that food and water back up on the chair then, or no?
She seems content to be under there, so I'd rather just leave it be for now.
Alright, when we go to bed, we'll have to, so that the doggos don't eat it.
Yep.
Since these doggos have demonstrated they will, in fact, eat my cat food. Feel bad about shoving that down through that hot glue there, but at the same time, it had to go somewhere. Okay. So I've started trying to make my own little like embroidery layout pattern. Following Bob Ross, that's the one I'm recording. I can give you guys, I feel like that's the same split. Yeah, that is. I can give you guys a little bit of a update on it. In just a minute here. All right.
Yeah, I can hear my mom yelling at Bean from the bathroom, so I'm gonna go intervene.
Intervene how? Like, does he even have any toys in there?
I don't know. Could check or something.
Like a paper ball, a spring, a foil ball, something. Had him chasing water bottles, like empty ones before too, so. Alright, let me show you. Alright, so this is where I'm at on this one. This was trying to follow season 1, episode 1. Don't know how it's gonna come out yet. It takes some time. I'm doing this in 2-strand on this one. I will say that the hoop holder, while that one's a little awkward to use and stay in camera view, it has made a huge difference in my French knots. Huge. That and advice I had seen from somebody else who had struggled with the French knots before, explaining what she had to do to finally get them to look right. And even, you know, she's like, sometimes they don't cooperate, but oh, this thread doesn't cooperate. What in the world happened here? There we go. I thought that was gonna be way worse. Like, way, way worse. Okay. I've definitely learned that some shapes are easier to do this with than others. So this has definitely been a learning experience, to say the least. If nothing else. Okay. Oh, remind me tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow. We need to do guinea pig laundry.
Okay.
I want to get that done and inside before it rains again. So we are supposed to have a not so great Friday. They're already sounding the be aware alarm for Thursday night into Friday. And possibly throughout some of the day on Friday as well. And then I think we've got chances of more squirrely weather going into next week. If we actually get it. So it's probably a good thing that we got the zoo visit in when we did. Just to make sure that it actually got to happen. April's a tough month to try to get there during, because then, you know, the severe weather season's starting, and I know March can sometimes be a little chilly here. Although this past March we had days that were in the 80s. But even if it is a little bit chillier, I think I do prefer going in March. We're thinking about getting a season pass, because even if we only go twice a year, it's still cheaper with the season pass. Or the yearly pass. Because we can pay $119 for one person and a guest, and then just buy my mom's ticket separate, when it was like almost $75 for 3 of us to go for once. So going twice would more than pay for it. Oh my goodness, I am being hit with all kinds of allergies all of a sudden. Nose is stuffy and runny at the same time. Make that make sense. You didn't. Oh, you did. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. What on earth is happening here? There we go. I'm not sure if that one just wasn't that bad, or if I'm getting better at untangling. Not really sure which is the case there. So that one's gonna kind of have to cross in that direction. Okay, next time, not so many of these like T intersections here. So those are being the absolute worst to fill in. Alrighty. And I'm not really like rushing to get through that other embroidery piece. I'm just kind of slowly meandering my way through. I need to get some more Little Known Galaxy recorded because I do not have that much left to pull from. And we're getting closer I think, to being done that. Kind of threw an unexpected quest at me when I thought I was done. So now I kind of have to go back to the other planets. And try to complete that quest. But I guess that's giving me a little bit more time to try to buy my friendship with other people on the spacecraft. I hadn't planned on it being like a completion run though. Not exactly. What I had been going for. Like sometimes I will try to get achievements that I feel like are within my ability to get. Feels like I messed that up, doesn't it? Just a bit there. Kinda. Like, I really want to try to work on that junction there, but same time, should probably try to finish up this little appendagey guy here first. Ah, dang it. That's not what I wanted you to do. In the slightest. Okay. That can hang out there. Oh, oh, stuck on my fingers. So I am backtracking slightly here. Just to try to fill in some of these gaps here. Okay. Now, how am I gonna cover this? Because that is a very thick arm branch right there. And slightly problematic. Hmm. So let's see here. Don't know how successful that's gonna be. If I could come up there. That didn't quite cover it like I was hoping for. But it's not terrible. Could be a little better, could be a little worse. Hopefully, I have enough on the needle to finish that. If I don't, it's really going to burn my ass if I have to rethread the needle for such a small amount. Where am I? Totally not where I wanted to be. The heck did I end up all the way over there? Now, when I come back in with the black in the background, I'm doing that part off stream because that's very boring. And it's going to be a little tedious. But that's something that we don't have to do on stream. But I'm hoping that when I come back in with that, I can clean up the background there. The background's cleaning up pretty good up above where I have gotten done so far. So I'm fairly happy with how that's going on. I know it's going to be a pain. And this is going to take us quite a while to get through. But, okay with that. We will probably still be working on this when we have to start working on Christmas gifts. Now, because I know some people are probably like, Christmas gifts? Did you just say Christmas gifts? It's April. Yes, I did just say Christmas gifts because when you have to make the things, you have to kind of do some planning about what you're making and how long it's going to take. The husband's I have to freehand because I couldn't find a pattern. So that'll be interesting. And I have to do something for the mother-in-law. I have to do something for my mom. If I'm doing something for the mother-in-law, then I have to do something for her sister that she's traveling with. It kind of like snowballs. Because then, you know, people will feel slighted. Oh, I'm gonna have to do something for my brother too. I forgot about that yet again. And I know some people like, how did you forget about your brother? He's a half sibling. Number one. Number two, we're not that close. Alright, I'm gonna pop the arm off of that. So, and for a long time, we didn't really do gifts because we didn't see each other or really talk to one another, but my mom is sending him gifts, so now I feel obligated to have to do something. Sort of situation. And he did get me like something for Christmas himself, so I'm like, okay. Alright, so that's probably wound in there enough. Okay, so we got that guy done. I think I want to work on this guy. Were you supposed to be a little piece of coral? What were you supposed to be? I think you're supposed to be a little piece of shell. Or maybe a little corally piece. No, I have a similar one over here. I think you're supposed to be a shell. Alright, well. We're gonna work on you next. I need to get more floss cards here. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I not leave room for you anywhere? Not really. Alright, well, I'll tuck you into there. Okay. Now. Oh, hi, Littles. Hi. Nana.
Yeah, I see.
Hi, man. Oh, what's up?
Hi, Littles. Okay, clearly it was some kind of social thing then. If she's out here getting pets. Oh my goodness. Look at that swishy butt. Come here.
What's up, Swishes? Hi.
Come here, swishy butt.
Alright, well, at least she's not injured and we don't need to do a vet visit, which is what I was more worried about than anything. Alright, so we need to pick a green for this, because I want this to be like a plant.
There we go. She actually laid on her side behind you.
Oh, okay.
Which I've been waiting for.
It's kind of like a brighter green. How about... I don't want to go like Dayglow green. That's a little much. You can try this shade of green. So the ones that were DMC colors, I had to pull them off the thread case I had gotten, or the case I had gotten with a bunch of thread in it. They had the DMC color numbered on the thread. But they were on cardboard cards that had the number on it. And those cardboard cards were scary because I kept feeling like I was gonna rip it trying to get the thread back on the card, like the thread end, like through the little slits. And the one I did, I was like, oh, well, this is not gonna work. So I had to go in. I didn't have to, but I went and got a whole bunch of the plastic floss cards and started transferring them over to the plastic cards. And I took a piece of tape, like a little piece of masking tape that would peel off of it eventually, and wrote the color number on it so I could see what the color number is when I run out and need to go get more. So that way I knew what the color was. And I didn't necessarily want to just write it on the thing because I was afraid it was going to rub off over time. Or smudge and then not be readable or something, so... But as I use up the Coates and Clark thread that didn't have color numbers, I guess I can use those cards on the DMC stuff. No, why are you being ridiculous? There you go. Don't be causing problems. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna snip that off. I don't want to like snip my knot off, but I want to make that tail a little bit shorter. Okay. I just wasn't quite ready to dive into another shade of blue yet. Oh, this is a DMC color. I can tell because it's shiny. Now, Michael's house brand Loops and Threads has color numbers on it, so I might be able to replace those by the skein. As I run out. So those ones, anything that has a number, I will make a notation as I card it. I will need to get more cards though. I was looking at some on Amazon and I'm like, the reviews on these are like the little notches were too big and the thread was falling off, and I'm like, okay, it looks the same as this, but then it made me nervous about ordering a bulk set, so I guess I'll just keep buying Walmart out of stock as I need them. So you only get 28 in the packs that they had. They came on a metal ring, and I'm like, but I don't need the metal ring. I don't trust that metal ring either. We were using the metal ring on something else, and after a couple clasps and unclasps on that ring, it started to not stay shut, and I was like, oh. And it kept like flying off of what we had attached it to while we were away a few times. I'm like, well, that's not great. Fortunately, I didn't have floss cards on it, so it's not like the floss cards went flying everywhere, but not the point. Okay. Gosh, this thread feels like so thick with it being 3. After I was doing the other stitching in 2s. So this feels like crazy thick. But I am trying to fill this in, so I don't want it to be too thin. So we will stick with the standard 3-strand for this. You all right? Kind of surprised Doggo wasn't looking for second dinner yet. She usually starts looking for that at like 8 some nights. But he did have breakfast today. It was a late breakfast, but he did have breakfast. But we were up late worrying about the cat, not sure what was happening because we couldn't get eyes on her because she was hiding. Like, we were so concerned at one point today, we ended up setting up our camera, our security camera, in the house to where she was hiding to see if she was moving around, to make sure she was in fact coming out of her hidey hole. And then we weren't sure if she was eating, so we set it up after we saw that she was moving around and changing positions and that she had left that hidey hole a couple of times when we weren't looking. We were like, okay. So then we set it up to watch the food bowl that she goes to in our kitchen. And now she hasn't come out to go to that bowl. She's been going to a different one, but we have seen her eat. So we're like, okay. And then all of a sudden, she appeared in our room, which she doesn't really do very often. She was directly behind my chair, but I don't see her there now. So I'm not sure where she wandered off to. Man, I'll tell you, it's been chilly the past couple days. I mean, it was hot for a while. Like, oddly hot for April. And I guess this is more normal April temperatures that we've had the past couple of days. But past couple of days, it's been chilly. Like, I threw a like a banana boat sun UV shirt on when we went to take the boy on his outing earlier this afternoon. It's cold. I was like, I could have actually worn the hoodie and would not have been hot. I will say my nose is getting kind of running here. I'm hoping that husband and I don't end up getting what the mother-in-law's got. Okay. Did I just come up through the same hole I did? If I could stop doing that, that would be great. We're gonna need to use a little bit of this color because we've got a bit of real estate to work through here. On this one. Because this one's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and that one. So we'll definitely have to do a rethread here at some point. At least once, if not twice. Okay. Yeah, there. So at least we got that one coral piece done. So there's one accomplishment for the evening. And we started on this one. She okay?
Yeah, she was rolling around on the floor again.
Yeah. So she just mad.
Yeah, I think she just got annoyed at something and just kind of.
I hope it wasn't it being they were getting along so well.
I don't know. He did something wrong. Maybe he pounced her and he's a little too heavy now. I don't know.
Or Cal instigated something.
Possible.
And she's just mad at boys now.
Could
Oh,
be.
hi, someone's under my desk.
Yeah, it's Littles.
Hi, Littles. Mouse. Hi. Hi. Oh, loves. Hi. Why are you swishy tailing, huh? Oh, did you lay down? Am I protecting you now? Is that what this is about?
No. I think so.
Hi, ma'am. I have a Littles under my desk at the moment. I don't normally have a Littles under my desk. I mean, I'm not mad about it. How do I want to do this? Do I want to work my way? Like, I don't want to waste a whole bunch of thread just to transport myself to the end of the design over there, when we could just do it this way. Did you?
Yes, I did the.
Okay, and you took your pill?
Yep.
Okay. Do I need to stop sooner than later?
No.
Okay. Oh, dang it. Stop going through that hole. A hat stuck on my finger. Okay. Now. Alright, so I'm gonna try to see if I can work downward. I have a kitty hanging out with me. I It's been a while since I've had a kitty just hang out with me. I mean, I don't call Bean jumping up here and trying to destroy everything on my desk hanging out and chilling. Bean doesn't have a chill button at the moment. I did get him to chill with me for a few minutes while I was holding him very late last night, early this morning. I did get some purrs out of him while he was being held. Let's not stab ourselves. But it didn't last very long, and then the second I laid down, because he was... That's a little much. It's that same person that does that periodically. Because it's always around this time. Somebody will pull into the concrete cinder block car wash bays down the street from us. And in those echoey cinder block bays, they will sit there and rev their car's engine multiple times. They're not even washing their car. They're just doing it to make noise. And then they leave after a few minutes. Because we have seen them with our own eyes do this when we were on a later in the evening walk, and it was always around this time. And then it stopped for a little while. And now it seems to be starting back up again. I wonder if they were working a different shift and they're just getting home, or they just like to periodically be a nuisance. That's okay. Somebody was down there washing their car or something a couple of weeks ago, I think, at like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, blasting music because I could hear the bass thumping in our house while I was laying in bed. I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, you know, we do have quiet hours. Can't be making a bunch of noise. It's either 10 or 11. And either way, at like 1:30 in the morning, was way beyond that. I'm like, please, go shut that shit down. Like, I felt bad for the people that lived right next door to the thing. Like, we live near it. We don't live right next to it. Thank goodness we don't. If one good thing has come out of living in this town, it's been teaching me what I don't want to live next to. Car washes are definitely one of them. Uh-oh. And after I was saying, oh, the DMC is not misbehaving. And then you went and betrayed me. The problem is that I can't really get in here. Oh boy, we're making a mess here. Let me pull you off of here. There we go. It wasn't so bad. I just didn't have the length to, or the angle to get it. Okay. Come on. Let's behave. Okay. Can I touch you? Yeah, I just got a buddy. That's alright. I don't mind having a buddy. Oh, goodness. Well, I guess it's officially a stream when I've got bots trying to, advertise constantly. Except I'm petty, so I will report every single one of them. Which reminds me I need to go through my email and clear out a lot of those emails acknowledging the reports. I'm so bad at staying on top of my email. I mean, it's mostly junk anyway, so I'm like, nah. Junk, and Michael's constantly telling me, oh, hey, we have this on sale. I'm like, I know, but I don't have any money to spend with you right now. And I'm feeling guilty. I want to spend things. But we don't have the monies right now. I don't really desperately need anything at the moment, aside from some magnets. And I'm going to maybe need a new bottle of super glue soon. But I mean, there's all kinds of things I would like to get. Like, there's a couple thread packs that have some really lovely colors in them for embroidery floss. There they go again. But I'm also like, I don't desperately have to have it right this second because I do have floss. It's not like I don't. I've got 4 of these organizing boxes that are mostly full. So it's not like I'm low or almost out of thread. I just really like those color combinations. Oh. That might have been one of the people leaving that was doing that, possibly. I'm trying to save that for like either my birthday or Christmas. Although I'm sure by Christmas I'll need some more embroidery thread at the very least. Have your hair touch you funny in a way you're not expecting, and then it just like freaks you out? Like I just had a minor freak out because of the way my hair touched the back of my neck, and I'm like, why did you do that? That. Not quite. Oh my god, why? Stop it. Alright, you know what? I'm moving you over to there. Because if I come back up out of the same hole I just went down again. I'm gonna get real mad. Okay. So we've made a little bit of headway here. Just due to the fact that we are working on a different color. I keep wrapping it around my finger. That's not what I wanted. There. And this popped in through here. Stop flipping that. Okay. So now we have to try to wrap around this little nubby stick out part. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
I still have a cat chilling. Yeah. Wrapped around my finger. Like, let's not do that. Because that's problematic. When, it's caught around that finger. Especially when that finger is helping to hold the canvas. There. Now, I don't normally wrap around like I'm doing right now because it kills me how much thread that tends to suck up on the back side. That's not even going to be viewed. But this is a tricky spot here with how tight it is. So just to avoid any silly games and frustration of coming up constantly through the wrong spot. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little bit of white there. That's from like the underside of the canvas gesso-y bit that was white when we started this. That's been happening. I don't know if I'm just not using enough thread to deal with that. I don't a big enough needle, small enough needle, I don't know. That's why I'm going back in with the black thread. Do I want to work my way up here? At least till I get even with that, and then continue my way up. Potentially. Okay. So we'll take this one. I don't know how far we're going to take this one because we're going to have to rethread for sure here in a minute. But we're going to take this guy up as far as I can. Okay. And then this guy. You there. I mean, it looks very silly at the moment because we don't have this other leafy bit popped in yet, but we're getting there. One stitch at a time, we're getting there. Hope everybody's been having a fairly good week. Or as good of a week as you can have, all things considered. Stop curling under, dang it. That's not what I want you to do. You're making this a lot more difficult. I'm doing that. Probably my last stitch with this set. Yeah, because that's getting a little too... Then I am going to to run it underneath there a couple of times. Okay, like you can see some of the black stitching. Like I even doing all of that, like filling in. I've been trying to do pretty good about keeping the thread waste on the back to a minimum as much as one can. That's not... There we go. Let's make sure we're pulling the right thread off of there. That's what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to do that. I'll probably have to do probably at least 2 more rethreads. Probably. If I don't, hey, cool. But I won't be surprised. If that's what ends up happening. Okay. Oh no, what did I do? Oh no. What did I do? Somehow. What the heck? I don't know what I did. But I've somehow gotten my strands, excuse me, a very much different length. Like I said, the allergies are bad. Trees in this area are trying to do me in constantly. And I don't always want to be taking allergy medication around the clock. I don't really want to. Especially when it feels like it only helps a little bit, and it feels like it wears off way too soon. I'm taking like the Walmart equivalent to Claritin now. I really needed to get away from the Benadryl. Never really felt like the Benadryl did very much anyhow, aside from making me feel sleepy, even though it was non-drowsy. Stuff I'm taking now is supposed to be non-drowsy too, but sometimes I feel kind of ready for a nap when I take it, but it was nice when we were at the zoo. We didn't even think about our allergies, which is funny because, you know, you'd think being... And it was kind of windy too. It was definitely breezy. You'd think being there around all the animals and the different, like, haze and foods that they feed them and everything, that you'd be somewhat affected, and nope. I was fine. And then we got back. And on the way back, I was slowly starting to feel the allergy demons creeping back in. I was like, no. Please, no. Okay. Let's try to fill in a tiny split there. Okay. That's pretty decent there. I mean, I still have a good ways to go on this color. Before we get done with it, we'll probably be on this color for the rest of this evening. This guy, he's a good sized little plant here. Not sure what color I'm gonna do that guy though. I have a variegated orange, but I want to use that on my sea star, starfish, whatever we're calling them now. They keep changing it, and I don't know what it's at right now, so sorry if I stated the wrong one. Okay. We will that. What's the matter, Zuzu? I still have a friend. As shocking as that is to believe. I am rather surprised by this. Ah, finger stuck. I don't know how I keep getting that wrapped around my finger. But I certainly seem to be. Okay. So now, just gonna jump next door here. And we'll start to fill in this guy. And make our way down to meet up where we left off. That might not be the right hole. Oh no, that's fine. I wasn't so sure there for a second. It kind of didn't look like the right hole. Oh, Well, the husband tried to go to bed, but it sounds like that was unsuccessful. Sounds like he is making tea. You okay, Littles? You okay?
Don't rush on my account tonight.
Oh, well, I'm afraid to move now. For some reason, I have a buddy. I'm not entirely certain why. I'm not complaining. I'm just confused.
Well,
because this is new. Unless we're having a territory shift again. Which I suppose could be possible. They seem to do that every so often. But she doesn't seem to be ill, so, or injured, which is what we were the most concerned about. And she was kind of starting to act more like her normal self this evening, aside from this development, but I think she's just mad at all the other cats. Or maybe she just had too much of Mr. Bean yesterday. Or Cal. Maybe they all got to be too much, because I noticed that Peabut had been encroaching into her space quite a lot in the kitchen the past couple of days. Sitting at the window, eating out of that bowl when she was standing there, and I don't think she was pleased about it. She wasn't growling at him, but she definitely had the look of really on her face. Okay. Sorry, just kind of checking in with the husband there real quick. Making sure he was okay, and, well, okay enough. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to do probably 2 more needle rethreads on this color. I mean, at least 1. I'm leaning towards 2, but because there's some wider sections in here. And spots. It's like because of these wider sections, it's going to take more thread to cover those. All right. Right now I'm just trying to hope I've got enough on this needle to these last couple of stitches in here, which I should. I think that shouldn't be too much of a issue there. Okay, so then we will start to work our way back on up here. Nope, not. Or what did you? To come up through. Okay. Hoping that we don't get any super severe weather end of the week. Because I had my fill of that the other week when we had those tornado warnings, and they did confirm that there was an EF1 that touched down very close to here. Like the town right next to us. Not sure how long it was down for. But you know, it's always concerning. Not a fun time at that hour of the morning. To be dealing with that at like 1 a.m. I mean, it's not really a fun thing to be dealt with any time of day, but that time of night's especially not fun. It's getting a little tough to get in there. I just want to make sure I've got enough slack here to tie off here. Oh, nope, that went deeper than I wanted that to. Okay. So we are still kind of working down here. And I still very much have a kitty. Hi. Have to pet the kitty. At least she's not growling at me. Alright. A little bit more of that guy. Alright, that's probably more than we need there. I feel like I keep accidentally nudging her with my leg. Alright, so I'm just getting some more of our green here. Okay. Having trouble seeing if I actually had 3 and 3. Looks like I do. So the kitty is sitting where I normally put my feet, so now I'm sitting super awkward. But we're not gonna chase her. I'm gonna try to work with her as much as we can. Alright. So this little notch in here, that needs to get this medium blue. And then these couple here will get that same blue. But I guess like these couple here should probably get that same blue, and then the bottom will get this darker blue shade that I've got. Okay. So let us get back to it here. Now I'm gonna need to finish this round of thread on the needle, because this is the needle I'm using on that Bob Ross inspiration piece. I can't just kind of leave this attached. If I didn't have to worry about cats fussing with stuff, I probably wouldn't worry about it and would just leave it. And set it to the side until we were ready to work on them again. But, and I have previously done that with the one in the hoop at times. If I'm going to get back to it fairly shortly. Or if I've got it pretty well secured and like dang it. I'll like sit oh, that was my finger. I would put like a needle guard on there, but I don't always have the same finger in the way. But I'll like set like a t-shirt or something over top of it. Just to discourage any other critters from getting a little too curious. They're actually predicting we might get an inch of rain on Friday. I mean, we certainly need it. It was a very dry winter. Didn't even rain that much, let alone snow. And we've been under burn bans a few times already so far this year, which is kind of unusual. I do not believe we are currently under one. I don't remember seeing the signs up in town. But we could still use quite a bit more rain. That's for sure. I feel like I previously had this a little bit taller. Well, that's a lot of green thread there. For certain. And we still have quite a bit to go too. You okay there, Littles? You like suddenly shifted. Okay. Now I've gotten this hoop holder, this clip, to be hands-free briefly with a hooped project, a much smaller one, but I had to have the husband's help because I could not get it quite tight enough. So that's why I kind of switched to that hands-free number that had the hoop holders on either side of the project. And I mean, sometimes the angle at which it's being held at can slip, but that's not a huge deal for me. I mean, the things would. To me, it's just, you know, it's gonna happen. After working with this one, I'm like, yeah, well, it seems to be a thing that can happen, and not like it's slipping on every stitch. And you can just re-tighten it. I'm kind of freaked out that she's suddenly under the desk with me. And this is not something she normally does. For a long time, she would sleep on the footrest that was under my husband's desk. But his desk is now right next to the window. And it is Grand Central Station in the morning over there with all of them trying to get into the window to see the birds and the bird feeder. But I am surprised that she's in here because Cal and Ed both come in here with great frequency. Speaking of, where is Cow and Ed?
Hmm?
Where are Cow and Ed?
I don't know. I heard your mom talking yet before she went to bed, so I assume he's in there on the bed.
Because the past couple of nights when I've tried to go to bed, Ed's there. And Cow's usually up your ass.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
That's why I'm beginning to wonder if we've suddenly had a territory shift. Again.
Maybe.
Because when I went to feed the pigs, he was laying on top of the guinea pig cage in the bucket that Bean likes to lay in. Your phone pinged for some reason.
It was Tyler.
Oh. So is he off today or is he working?
I assume he's working.
Ah, get out of there. I keep like sticking that finger straight out and the thread keeps getting caught on it. On the underside. Finger is just too long for its own good. Alright, how would look in there? Alright, so that's not looking too bad. From the camera angle, it's starting to fill in here. In just a bit. Okay. Oh, Miss Madam Cat, I am so uncomfortable because of how I have to sit right now. I mean, at least I know where you are and you're not hiding in a spot that's very difficult to get to for us. I'm not sure if it means anything that you chose my spot at the moment. Wonder if I'm just your bodyguard at the moment while you take a nap. Because you're certainly not cat guarding me asleep under there. Or did I win your love for the evening since I gave you treats earlier? Did I win the kitty favor for the evening? I don't normally hand out kitty treats. And I don't know when she last had any because that container seemed pretty full in my mom's room. And I think my mom only hands them out when she sees the cats in her room. Oh yeah, Bean jumped on the back of her chair earlier. While she was...
chair?
My mom's chair?
Oh, okay.
While she was sitting in it. And then he was trying to mess with the photos on the wall behind her chair. You know how she's got those picture frames with photos tucked inside the frame, but not under the glass? He was trying to mess with those. I'm like, please don't run away with those. Last thing I need is for her saying that the house is haunted because pictures went missing when Mr. Bean's the one that stole them. Okay. So we've got, what? 1, 2, 3. 3 more after this one that we are currently working on to get through. And let's see. I wasn't quite ready to start working on more blue, but we're gonna have to at some point. I just don't know which blue I want to. I've got that like shell thing in there that I still kind of need to deal with. So we definitely still have that. But I mean, technically, we have a lot of blue to do. I've just been trying to do it in chunks here. I mean, I should probably do the dark blue next. So that way I can like finish off this chunk. What was I saying? At least 2 more needle rethreads. I feel like it's gonna be 3. No, maybe not. Maybe not 3. Guess it really depends on how much mileage we get. Oh, jeez. That wasn't a fun time. After through all of this. Don't be silly. Okay. See how we do with that. Tell you, it is wild. The junk mail and the offers that you get for stuff. Like, my dad passed away in 2013. Not 2023, excuse me, not 2013. Wrong year, 2023. And I'm still getting like mail for him occasionally, like people looking for donations for stuff. Okay, fine, whatever. But then today, something came in the mail for him with his last name misspelled, number 1. Number 2, it was like credit card loan forgiveness, debt consolidation or something. And I'm like, the fuck? And they're trying to say how much credit card balance he currently owes, and I'm like, uh-huh. And I'm like, most of that should have been discharged because we had to send, well, some people, I think we had to send copies of death certificates too. But I'm like, what are y'all even talking about? The man's dead. You're trying to give a debt consolidation loan to a dead man. Like, what are you doing? We still get stuff from people looking for donations for to Russell's grandmother. And I think she passed away in either 2017 or 2018. And she never even lived at this address. And I'm like, okay. That's interesting. Sure. Like, she had her own house. But okay. Hmm. Yeah, maybe one more. It'll be close, I'll put it that way. It'll definitely be close. Like, these two shouldn't take much. But I don't know how much that one is going to suck up thread-wise because it's a little bit wider. But I'm also gonna have to finish up the bottom half of this, so I might have to do another, it might end up being 3 rethreads in the end, because I'm gonna need some length here to tie this guy off here. Okay. Oh, I did. Is that a snag or is that just the way that tied off? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, well, I guess that's all the weaving we're getting on that one. Now, when I'm all done, I am planning on coming back in and doing a coat of either tacky glue or just a tiny bit of Mod Podge if I have any left. I might not have any left, because I'm going to need it for the tissue paper art thing, but probably a little bit of tacky glue just to secure everybody. And I might take a piece of felt and lay it down over top of it, just to make sure like all the little pinpricky holes have been filled in from the needle. But we're not doing too bad here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and like a quarter on that one to finish filling in there. And then once I get that guy done, I'll grab the dark blue. That's going to be the bottom blue color, and we'll start trying to fill that in around into here. And go from there, really. And try to figure things out as we go. But we didn't make a huge amount of progress tonight, but we did make progress because we finished this and we almost got done that one. So, you know what? I'll take it. But we're gonna start wrapping things up here because it's been a long day. And it's about that time. Actually, it's a little past that time. So we will be back tomorrow, migraine and weather permitting, although I think we'll be able to get the stream in tomorrow. we'll see. But we should. We'll be back working on this guy tomorrow. Oh, goodness. Mr. Bean likes to walk all over where I keep this. So I've got some more foliage to put in. I don't know if we'll get the foliage done tomorrow night. I would like to wrap this guy up. But we do have a bit more of that to go. It really depends on how long it takes me to progress forward, but we're done the background, right? So we'll be just exclusively working on that. So I don't know. I'm not doing anything like super elaborate with it. So maybe we'll get it done. Maybe we won't. But I'm going to try to get the wood cut for the frame just to have it ready to go. Just in case we do. And I'll have the hot glue gun and the tacky glue and everybody else in the paint ready to go in case we get that far tomorrow. But no guarantees on how far we'll be getting on that. But stick you in that box for right now since we are currently in progress with that color. But this is for tomorrow. So we'll be back with needle felting tomorrow. And then Friday is our new Planet Zoo Day. Again, weather and migraine permitting. I think we'll be okay, but we'll see what the timing is on that. Man, we are really popular with these bots tonight. This is what, the third one? Oh my goodness. Let's get that one reported before we call it a night here. Alrighty, so we will send that along. Welcome to my ban list. Alright, so not doing too bad on this guy. I know it's not a super fast project, but I don't work super fast on anything. So, I mean, that's not really much of a surprise, no, is it? So, I hope everybody has a good day tomorrow. I will see you all for needle felting. Don't forget to follow the social links down below. Those will take you to the Ko-fi page. For anybody that doesn't want to donate or support the channel through Twitch, you have that option to go through Ko-fi. There's also a gallery up there of a bunch of different stuff I've done over the years, and there's also a link to Blue Sky. I usually post when I'm going live there. It's similar to Twitter, but it's a little bit easier on my mental space. And then there's also a link to the YouTube channel where all of the live streams, well, like 99% of the live streams are archived, and you'll also see some other stuff pop up over there. I've got some YouTube exclusive stuff that hasn't been streamed, like Bear and Breakfast, Honey I Joined a Cult, Little Known Galaxy, and I think soon we'll probably be starting Bookbound, I think. So that should be fun. Either Bookbound or Book Chop Simulator. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Maybe Bookbound. But I'll figure that out once we wrap up Little Known Galaxy. So you all have a great evening, and I'll see you in the next one.